Quite a few changes since I first looked at the property. That whole area there is cleared out. Got the shipping container up there. Got me a backhoe. Quite a bit of difference. I'm really looking forward to getting some of that cleared out of there. Sun setting right there. It'll be beautiful to watch the sunset at night. So here's my backhoe. It's a Case 580 SM Super M 2006 model. AC and heat works. And it has this rear hydraulics, which is part of the reason I bought it, so that I could put a thumb on it. And this is turning out to be a bit of a chore, but basically what I did is I took right there and set it on that block of wood, and then extended the boom to where it was flat, and shoved that pin there in the bottom. It comes with a bigger pin, longer pin, to make room for that. And then basically just, manhandled it up and stuck those two bolts through it so that it's in place. So that I can put the other bolts in there. Those will come off with a snap ring. So once I get those bolts in there and it's pinched in place, I can slide that pin out of there and then slide those in there. And that'll be the main plate assembly. Then I've got to put the hydraulic cylinder and the actual thumb on there. Try to get a little bit more video. Okay, so got all the U-bolts up on there. Got the pin in there, all the washers. Broke my Zerk fittings and boogered the snot out of that guy, but, I'm out here working by myself, so I've got a box full of Zerk fittings. I'm not worried about that. Basically, what I had to do to get this guy in there is poke the pin through there, take these off, slide it down in there, and then poke the pin back. And that worked out really well. So now, here's how I got that first plate on there. I stacked it up so that I could come in with the boom and kind of sit it down between there. And then I just picked this up and set it down on a piece of 2x4 sticking up until I could get those U-bolts in there. So we'll see how this goes. I don't need to pick this up. I went ahead and took the cylinder off to make it as light as I could. I still want to say that thing probably weighs at least 150 pounds. Because I can deadlift 225 pretty easy. And I ain't picking that up. So that maybe weighs 250 pounds, something like that. So basically I just had to manhandle one side of it up and stack wood underneath it. We'll see if I can get the boom lined up very well. So that's what it looks like. It actually worked really well. I didn't have to do but a little bit of shimmying. This thing's got bolts that go through it instead of a pin, so I've got to line them up somewhere or another. I think I've got them pretty good. But one thing I did is drop my window so I can reach in here and make fine adjustments. Worked out pretty good. Problem is now I don't have a way to get the bolt through there. There's not enough room to go up here, go through there, and not enough room to go down through there. So I got to pick up the boom and go up through the bottom. Let's see how that's gonna go. I ain't got it but idling right now. Well, there we go. Now I should have enough room. Oh, yeah, the pin. This thing rotated, but the pin didn't. So now my holes don't line up, but that's pretty easy. Just stick a screwdriver through there and wiggle it. There you have it, boys. Got that pin in there. The cylinder is actually the easiest part. It don't weigh but maybe 80 pounds. So you can manhandle it pretty good yourself. I got it. I picked up the boom and let the claw drop down. I got that side of it pinned in there first. and then just set the boom down until it was level. Finagled that guy in there, love tap with a hammer, and it went in real good. No issues. I've got this auxiliary setup. So this is the line on this side. So when I pull back on the handle, it opens the claw. And this one is gonna go down here to this side. So when I push forward on the handle, it's gonna close the claw. I took a second to figure out how to do that because there's two pressure sides, but there's only one return side. So I had to make sure I flipped the cylinder the way I wanted it, so I didn't end up running my hose across there. So there we go, now it's a trip to the hydraulic shop to get the hose made right. There she is. Look at those beautiful brand new hydraulic lines. 180 bucks, not bad. All right, here's my little lever here. So away is closed, toward me is open. So let's uncurl the bucket so I don't smash things. So that's an articulating bucket, which I don't want, but I'm stuck with for the moment. And here's my thumb. Here we go. Boom! Look at that go. Look at it. And we're about to knock down a tree.